John Morgan, wildlife biologist extraordinaire. We've talked recently, and you're the guy that's been talking a lot about quail, small game in the state. From a biologist standpoint, what do you see when you see a tree like this that's been down because of ice or wind, or especially in this case the ice storm that we had?
Well, and it's all, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And you just mentioned quail. For something that we're talking about with quail, you may look at this as somewhat of a positive, even though this winter weather may be putting a little bit of hurt on them as far as their overwinter survivorship. But having cover like this is the type of area that they'll be surviving in when you see this real bad winter weather.
Well, we've had some horrible weather, unusual weather for Kentucky. A lot of ice, a lot of snow, and it's going to be on for a long time. Hopefully it's going to warm up and this is going to go away. But what happens to the turkey population? Well,
turkey should be okay. They're pretty
good to hear.
They're well adapted to snow cover. They're able to survive almost 2 weeks in some circumstances with very little opportunity to feed, given we're talking about 12-inch deep snow. We're looking at 3 to 5. You find some spring seeps around here, there's still availability for them to get in and find some food, and they can still scratch through this stuff.
Let's move on to quail. What does this mean for quail, especially when we have a situation where we began with snow, then ice on top of that, had a hard layer on top of that, then more ice, then more snow, then more ice. What's that do for quail?
Bad news. It's really
we don't need bad news, right?
We don't need any more bad news. The key is some of this habitat we're seeing behind us, and availability of winter food items. And sometimes we look at things like sumac and stuff that's still up and about and out of the snow's way. We see some berries here on the ground, maybe from a hackberry or whatever we have, that they can take advantage of some of these fruits that are hanging on that are just above the snow. They can still take advantage of that. But if you're looking for seeds, ragweeds, and other seeds that are on the ground and buried, you've got a real problem. They're able to survive extended periods of time depending upon their fat reserves. So if they are very healthy coming into the winter, they'll have better ability to survive and go days and days without even coming out and feeding. So they'll hole up for a long period of time, as well as a number of other critters. Even the deer and turkeys were probably, when this first hit, they didn't move for a couple days probably.
Hopefully by the time this airs, there's going to have been a warm up.
They'll rebound quickly as long as there's food available. They can recharge, and I think we'll be okay.
Would you suggest some people leave some cover like this for small game?
Oh, without question. This could be, from a timber standpoint, some people look at this from a very negative fashion, but the tree we're looking at here didn't have much timber value anyway. From a wildlife standpoint, it could be a very big boom, even if you go into the middle of the forest where you've got an opening. You've got vegetation responding, you get more soft mast. It's not necessarily bad. It can be a very rejuvenating process for the forest. I think this is a good opportunity for people that are worried about how many trees they lost out on their property, and they're saying, do I need to cut those trees down or not? First of all, contact us or the Division of Forestry to look at truly assess the situation and understand. And then call us through our 800 number or our website, 800-858-1549, and ask for a private lands consultation with our private lands program, the Habitat Improvement Program.